I know you will say all the time ILR. Yes, because it's very important. And with the look of things, this is the most discussed topic when it comes to the UK immigration. So if you are an immigrant, a supporter, or someone who is always curious and wants to know about the UK immigration updates, then stick to this channel as we dive deeper into what happened at Westminster Hall on the 2nd of February 2026. If you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. And for my existing subscribers, God bless you. My name is Nsonyinye Juliet, and today we'll be talking about the debate that held on the 2nd of February 2026. And this debate was held in the parliament concerning the ILR. Yes, a lot of people, okay, that live here in the UK going to work, paying their taxes, raising their kids, their families, and only to just find out that rules are changing. And these rules are going to affect if they are going to stay here in the UK, how long that they are going to stay before they will be able or eligible to get their permanent residence here in the United Kingdom. And in my previous videos, you will know that I've explained extensively what this ILR is all about and why it is important for someone coming into the United Kingdom or for someone already in the United Kingdom. All right. So when you have this ILR, okay, which is indefinite leave to remain, you don't need to keep renewing your visas. And with the current rule, it's meant to be a 5-year pathway, okay, for most skilled workers. Yes. So for most skilled workers, when you come into the United Kingdom, you are expected to, be eligible for your ILR after 5 years. Okay. And then sometime last year, the government is bringing up a proposal, known as an end settlement. And in this proposal, they made mention of doubling the ILR from 5 years to 10 years. Okay. That is, the plan, what they intend to do. And at the same time, they went about to say that they are going to introduce some transitional changes. Okay. So many things are ongoing, okay, concerning, the government proposals. All right. And as this was going on at some point last year, Shabana Mahmood made some explanations concerning the IRL, bringing about different categories of skilled workers that are expected, not just on, they're not going to be on the 5-way pathway to ILR. They're saying that some people are going to be in the 10 years pathway, while some people, especially the care workers, they proposed that they are going to be on a 15 years pathway to ILR. Okay. So these raised a lot of, eyebrows, a lot of concerns. Okay. Because renewing this visa doesn't come cheap. So imagine someone who has planned his or her life coming into the United Kingdom with the old rules that says is a 5-way pathway before you get your ILR. And now this person might be midway through or almost close to getting close to the 5 years pathway. And proposals are coming in here and they're saying, oh, we think this will be changed to 10 years to 15 years. So this is a kind of a problem because it means that a lot of immigrants will have to keep renewing their visas every 3 years, and that comes with lots of money. Okay, so these have caused a lot of sleepless nights for most immigrants, and this is why petitions were raised, and these e-petitions were raised so that the government will come about to know what the people feel, what they have in mind. And these some open public consultations are ongoing, okay, so that at the end of these whole consultations, then the government can finally come up with what they have decided. Okay. So it's just like describing it in terms of football, just like starting a football game, and if everyone already knows where their goalpost is, and it's not yet, half time, and the goalpost is just changing. So you know that this is like disruptive for lots of people, and some MPs came about to say that this is unfair and it's going to be disruptive, especially for doctors, most skilled workers. This is going to be very, very challenging, okay, as a lot of people have built their life around these old rules, okay. And this is what brought about the ILR debate that occurred on the 2nd of February 2026 at Westminster Hall. So this petition started with a public outcry concerning the ongoings of what ILR is about to become. And this is why e-petitions were raised. And these two e-petitions were raised on the UK Parliament site, okay? And the first petition, which is petition 727372, and this is about to protect the legal migrants, okay? So they're saying here in this particular petition that they do not want the 10-year ILR to be implemented. And these petitions were raised sometime last year, and it ended in November 2025, and it had over 100,000 signatures to it. Okay. So they are in this petition, they're kind of begging the government to, scrap off the 10-year ILR proposal. That is what the first e-petition that was raised is for. Why the second e-petition that was raised is petition 746363. And this petition here is to keep 5-year ILR and restrict access to benefits for new ILR holders. Okay. So this one is saying that just keep the 5-year ILR pathway for us. Okay. And restrict access to benefits, especially for those yet to get their ILR. They are saying, yes, we just want to get the ILR, but you can hold on to the benefits that have been attached to the ILR. We are happy with that. And this petition is still ongoing and is still open till May 2026. Okay. And as of now, it has roughly over 200,000 signatures. Okay. So this one is a kind of suggesting that the 5-year ILR should be kept, but there should be limits to the benefits that the new ILR holders can have. So on the 2nd of February 2026, at Westminster Hall, the ILR debate was held, okay, and different MPs were all there ready for the debate. And then one of the MPs, Tony, kicked off by saying that there should be no retrospective changes, okay, and that the reason for this is that when these retrospective changes are done, is going to affect people's life. So people should be expected as the rules, however it's being changed, is going to affect people's life, change people's life, because people plan their lives according to these rules. And then some other MPs made mention also of how unfair and disruptive this proposal is, and that they some even made mention of a real life situations whereby couples that have large families, like a family of 5 6, and when it's time for renewing visas, they renew their visas with a very high amount of money. Okay. So imagine someone renewing their visas and this costs them about 20 something thousand pounds. Okay. Because they've got large family. So now you increasing this to 10 years or 15 years, that means that such family will keep renewing their visas. Okay. And that will be at a very, very high price. I mean, yes, high price for them, because the money is going to be very, very high. It doesn't come cheap. Okay. So this is going to affect their way of living. And also, some concerns were also raised about in terms of NHS staffing, especially for carers who have come into the UK having it at the back of their minds that they are for 5-year pathway, and now the proposal is changing to say that it's most likely going to be 15. So concerns were raised that this could make a lot of people to, being driven away out of the country. Okay. So all these concerns and the disruptive, how disruptive it's going to be in terms of people's life, works, health as a whole. All these were raised by different MPs. And then the immigration minister, Mike Tao, on behalf of the government, came up to say that the government is listening to all the petitions and that the government is still pushing ahead when it comes to the end settlement proposal, okay, of ILR, going to 10 years, okay, that the government also is going ahead with it, in terms of the contribution based model, which consists of how you have contributed to, the society, your integration, and also the English skills, okay. So he went ahead to also make mention that there are some groups of people that are being exempted from these changes, people like those who are partners or parents of a British citizen. So if you are parent to a British citizen or you're kind of married to a British citizen, so your pathway is still 5 years, nothing has changed. And also for BNO holders, BNO visa holders, that nothing has changed. Okay. Then for the transitional changes, that there is still an ongoing consultations which is open to the public. So until the whole consultations have ended, that is when the government can finally make decisions. So what is the outcome of the ILR debate? Well, there is no rulings or decisions made because the essence of this debate is to for the government to hear the cry of the people, to know how they feel about the proposals that they have put on the table. Okay. So at the moment, nothing has changed. No rules has been made. Okay. So the only good thing that came out of this debate is that the government are listening. And at the end of the day, they would review all the consultations, all the debates, and then come up with their decision. So at the moment, all I would say is just stay calm, continue to be a loyal, continue to be a good citizen, continue with your works, pay your taxes. And at the same time, I would like you to also comment in the comment section. What do you think? Where do you think this ILR is heading to? Do you think it's heading to 10 years? 15 years, or do you feel that it's still going to be 5 years? Let me know in the comment section. All right. Thank you so much for listening to me, and continue to stay glued to my channel for more updates. All right. Thank you. Bye.